Some faith leaders in Chattanooga have been at the core of a conversation pushing, they say, for racial equity and justice. Some have been part of dialogues, others have taken to vigils and rallies. Channel 3's Travis Cummings spoke to a couple of them about their mission.
The religious leaders I spoke to say making a difference inside their sanctuary begins with love. But first, addressing the issues at the forefront and making sure themselves and the people that sit inside these pews are on one accord.
It's still today, some people think that black preachers or black theologians are less than or not as intuitive or knowledgeable about the faith.
Inside this place, known for bringing people together, lies a history of division.
The history of the American church, especially in the South, is divided primarily over the institution of slavery.
William Terry Ladd is the pastor of First Baptist Church on East 8th Street, a sanctuary built by slaves in 1881. Ladd says the very foundation of church is split in two.
So we were denied the right of the sacred right of baptism. As a result of that, in the black church, we sing this song called "Take Me to the Water," which is a protest song.
He wants people to work on reaching unity, but to first recognize that the fight against racial inequality, even in the church, is nothing new.
And in order for us to get to a point of healing, we have to first deal with the truth about how the black church and the white church evolved.
Bishop Kevin Adams at Olivet Baptist Church on MLK Boulevard says aside from the violence in the streets, he's happy with the diverse movement in response to the death of George Floyd and the community's longing for change.
Overwhelmed and impressed by the young people getting out of here and expressing, letting their voice being heard.
But he says he'd like to see more from his counterparts, those of all faiths and backgrounds and leading places of worship across the city do their part too.
And when we get together among clergy, we're challenging one another. This needs to stop. But we don't go to our individual congregations and hold them accountable and to say to our congregants, when you hear and when you see racism, you need to check that.
These religious leaders say knowing first and then doing is what they'll continue to preach.
So I think that when the church gets serious about ending racism, will be seen in us holding one another accountable and actually walking in true love.
I see this movement that we're involved in as a spiritual movement, but I also see it as a practical movement.